first of many.
Thank you for the host, Martyr. Last time we saw you guys, you actually went through the casino here in Alpha Centaur, and you wiped out all the demons in there. You went down through the pool into the underground layer of the water type demon and efficiently murdered that one as well. And that was a long fight, a lot to clear out. Um, you also fought a construct that was powering some skeletons, and now the casino is empty. That took a lot of time, and your group needed some time to rest. So, there's been about a month of downtime, I think we said, or a couple weeks, whatever it is. Um, so we're gonna go. How we're gonna start is we're gonna go around and tell you guys what each of them has been doing with their downtime. I realized, EG, that I actually don't owe you anything because I forgot that I told you what you wanted. So, we'll
Yeah, I have a little something going.
yeah. So we'll start with EG. Um, if you want, you can keep certain things secret if you want. But what did Void do during his downtime?
Um, so Mr. Void, uh, seeing that he acquired a small amount of wealth, and seeing that his companion ended up having to go do something, he um kind of traced his memories, and he remembered one of the goals that he wanted to accomplish. So he sought out trying to make it back to city name, I believe it was, right?
City
We
name?
Yeah, that we memed about. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so we tried getting back to that city. And like, how much do you want me to just explain my intentions or explain what happened?
Either. Whatever you're willing to give to. I mean, you can distinguish what you tell the party and what you tell the stream. If you tell the
Right, I just
part,
didn't know if you wanted to hold back
no, you
any
can.
story stuff.
Yep, you can reveal as much as you learned.
Okay, so Void went to make his way back, but he ended up only being able to find himself going back to Alpha Centaur and Hell's Kitchen. Uh, those were the only two places that he was able to go to, and he was having a hard time being able to do anything else. So he spent his time investigating and um, and just trying to figure out what's going on. And the more he investigated, the stranger the thought of where we are was. We originally knew that there were questions about what was going on to begin with, but things don't really make too much sense as it goes on. And he he's losing some sleep. He's been seeing some things, and here we are at the present.
All right. Also, everyone, if you can go into D&D Beyond and take a long rest.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Some of you are missing health that probably shouldn't be. Um,
Oh.
Mars, I don't think you actually sent me anything you're doing in downtime, did you?
So I thought I did, but I didn't. But I know what I wanted to do. But I know that messes you up because you kind of have to plan for it as the DM. So I apologize.
Just tell us what Kalik would be doing in his downtime.
Okay. So in his downtime, first things first, and I know this is something that we were talking about after the last encounter, the last battle. Kalik is slowly starting to realize and better hone his ability of using Eldritch Blast. And with the last encounter and the last previous encounters as well, he's noticed that there he can manipulate the Eldritch Blast in just a certain way, as far as if he wants like a precision shot, for lack of a better term, or like a wider area of attack, which kind of gets him to start thinking about different ideas. And one of them is to see if he can have an apparatus, a device that he can hold in his hand, will kind of magnify. Okay, which will kind of magnify um, his Eldritch Blast. So he's gonna spend kind of his month, um, first of all, learning about it, seeing if he can get more information, as well as talking to local uh, shopsmiths and or shopsmiths, like blacksmiths and things like that, about using some kind of about creating or crafting some kind of item. Um, so yeah. Um, so that's what he's gonna do. Do you remember? I don't want to just say the device out loud, but do you remember we're talking about that, Cole?
Yeah, now
Okay.
I remember talking about it now.
Okay.
So if you can, between this session and next session,
Mhm.
sketch me out what you want it to look like. Like,
Okay.
Kalik drew up some plans and he's been
Okay.
taking them around.
Okay. I like
Then
this.
then we'll see how that comes to fruition.
Okay.
I need a pen, so give me 1 second.
You too.
Your mic is a little tiny bit low, Mars. I don't know if you can. I turned up everyone. Hopefully
Let
that
me-
helped
let me
a
move
little
it
bit,
closer.
But give me 1 second.
How's that?
Alright, guys, we're banned. GG.
I'll move the mic center.
Getting my psychology notebook mixed up with my D&D notebook.
Speaking of notebook, I need to find my D&D notebook.
Y'all about to take some notes?
Oh wait, we need a notebook?
No, I had my notebook because I kept forgetting what's her face's name.
Oh my god.
You
What
forgot
episode are we
again.
up to?
You're garbage.
Is this why you're single,
I
Mars?
think it might be.
I don't think Mars is
He's
single.
too busy remembering the models of his motorcycle instead of girls' names.
And I will be right back, as I totally don't go and look for the notebook that I have.
He's lying. His motorcycle is calling him.
I'll be right back. Let me just
Yeah, don't forget to heal yourself in D&D Beyond if you did it earlier. So, I totally had a pen prepared, I promise, but it stopped working, so now I have a pencil as a backup.
Do you want mine?
Yeah, just hand it through. Oh, what happened to Mars now?
He went to go find his notebook with Elwin's name in it because he's garbage.
Oh.
Woman.
What
Yeah.
episode are we up to? 23?
22,
shit.
23, I think, yeah.
I thought we were on episode 9. That's crazy.
Episode 9? Dude, it's
Okay.
almost, it's getting close to being, like, almost a year.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Yeah, do we what? April? June?
Around there, I think, somewhere around there. Okay, so next is Chan. Toma, what did you do with your downtime?
Okay, so with my downtime, Toma was feeling a little bit lonely, granted. So, if you don't remember, when she sold her soul to learn Abyssal, which was a great decision, and in hindsight, I would do it again totally. She got a spell from a scroll. It was more or less just animal friendship, but better. So Cole told me to look for any small creature, and then I could have them. And I found a Zorbo.
a Zerbo.
Zorbo.
Yeah. Do you have the picture on your desktop saved?
I can. Here, let me copy it from.
Well, I'm gonna see if we
Beyond.
can.
There you go.
Actually, no. It'll probably ruin the whole
I sent
call.
it in Discord.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can share your screen, but then I think it'll take away everyone's cameras. So never mind. Don't do that.
So basically, it's like a little bear thing with claws and no hair on the bottom half of its body, and as an attack, it can literally destroy armor, like permanently, and
Damn.
reduce magic armor. It also has an ability where, depending on what it's standing on, it gets a higher AC. So, for instance, if he's on Earth, he gets AC 17. If he's on Metal, AC 19. If he's on Wood or Bone, 15. And I gave the little fucker metal boots. So he permanently has 19 armor. And yeah.
How
he
much total
literally
health does
destroys
he
armor.
have, though?
Health, he has 27.
Okay. Good to know.
Nice.
Good to know.
It's essentially a small monkey bear.
Small monkey bear, yeah, and it destroys shit
Can
Yeah.
you?
The question is, how does he wear boots?
on his feet.
Aren't they like really weird?
He's
They're like these like
yeah. He
quad-
spent.
PG, I
quad
like how
claw.
he's literally describing a monkey bear, and your one
Yeah, the
question
problem
is,
you're
how
taking
does he
from
wear
this is
boots?
the boots.
I
Yeah.
just want to know how they stay on his feet. He doesn't really have...
So Chan actually spent. Toma spent the time to find someone to custom make boots and paid for them.
And don't forget the bib. He
Oh,
wears
yes.
a bib that says "Daddy's hungry,"
Yes.
and he stays in a baby sling on my chest.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it gives Toma exhaustion if carried for too long.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like. Hey, you know that movie with like the 4 bachelor dudes, and all of a sudden there's that one baby? Right. That's us.
Jose
right
or whatever they named the baby.
now. I don't remember, but it's got like Tom
Hangover?
Selleck and like what's his face. And...
Wait, what?
Oh, 3 Men and a Baby?
Okay, that
Jesus.
started out way different. I thought we were talking about Hangover.
Yeah, I thought you were talking
No.
about the Hangover.
No.
And then I hear Tom Selleck. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, Tom Selleck and like 2 other dudes. I can't remember. It's an older movie.
Guys, don't judge him. He loves Tom Selleck.
Dude, Tom Selleck's the man.
All
Did you
right.
ever write that essay, Caleb?
Dude, I haven't started watching. Good Witch yet.
Yeah, you never did your essay to get more powerful as a witch.
SMH.
I'm gonna do that. As soon as I'm done with Chernobyl.
As soon as I'm done with Chernobyl. All right. So, is that all that Toma did during that time?
I think so.
Okay. Can
Did I
you?
forget?
No, that should have been it. Can you also put a link in the Discord chat for the stats and stuff, just so I have it available there? I have too many references going right now. All right, so that leaves Fail. Fail, explain what Joel has been doing in his downtime.
Joel has spent his downtime not really leaving his room, except to kind of pick up supplies. He's been doing 2 things. He's been studying about Nurgle, the god that he used to be, and searching for a way to maybe channel his own divinity, but has not come across much on that. And he's also learned and kind of taught himself how to use one of his spells in a new way. So he's been writing books with this spell contained in it, and you guys will get to see how that plays out later.
All right, so I'm gonna need you to tell me where you placed all those books.
So he wrote basically 3 of the 5 books that he wrote are placed in his room in just exact positions where if any one person moves them 10 feet from where they are, it will trigger the spell. One book he has on him. It took him a long time to write out the proper sequence so that he could carry this book and trigger it when he wants to. And one book he wrote to give to K9. And if anybody other than K9 opens this book, it will go off.
All right, so you are all here in Alpha Centaur. You're hanging out in the pub. You're going about doing your things for the allotted amount of time. I think we said it was about a month. Not too important. To summarize, the people that have been trying to study things about the world, like a little bit of Joel and especially Void, they have noticed certain things missing from the world. For some reason, when Void tried to travel, he couldn't remember or know the way to get back to any other city except for Hell's Kitchen. Um, you might think it's because of, each time they've kind of been teleported, um, but he just has no idea, like, the geography of this place. People are starting to realize they don't even know what country they're in. They're nowhere near where they come from. They've never heard any of the cities that they've been to. Um, Hell's Kitchen, they name themselves, but Alpha Centaur, Endgame, all of those types of cities they've never heard of before, not even in passing. Another weird thing is anyone who tries to study by reading books notices there's a lot of missing pages, a lot of missing paragraphs, and basically they can only learn stuff that is not really important to the world. They learned about the owl bear genocide. They can learn simple other things, but if they try to find any history for the continent at all, for some reason they can't. So everyone's starting to think this is really weird. Given that piece of information, and at the end of the month, starting with EG, actually with EG, do you want to reveal at all what you saw in your dreams, or are you keeping that close to the chest?
I'll reveal it out to the stream.
Okay.
But it won't be in-game knowledge for the player, for the characters.
So what we're about to talk about real quick, just remember that your characters do not know this. So, do you want to explain your dream and then I'll show them what you saw?
You can explain it.
All right. Okay. Why did we have to talk about housing in your DMs for a while? All right. So,
it's there. You just gotta scroll up literally like 5 scrolls.
Yeah.
Chill.
So I'm going to just read you what I described to Void. You spend your time wandering around trying to find your way back to previous cities that Void has visited. You easily find your way back to Hell's Kitchen and then back to Alpha Centaur. You have an extremely hard time remembering the path to any other city, such as city name or otherwise. Do you even remember where you came from? Does it even exist anymore? What continent is this? You start to question everything and realize the weird things are happening. Geography hardly makes any sense. You seek out books and find nothing of substance can be found. The people of Alpha Centaur know only of their own town and nothing else. At night you dream of a hand that you once saw in a shop. The hand is teasing you. You cannot get back to it. Was it the one that you seek? One night your dreams take you a little deeper. You see that someone else has taken the hand. You reach out but cannot make it. Who has your hand? Where are you? And how do you get home? And this is the image that Void saw in his dreams. There is music, yes. It's just very low.
Oh, okay.
I can... it's probably the perfect amount. Maybe, hopefully. It's just ambient noise. So, I'll leave this up a little longer on the stream. Almost...
What did you see?
You'd have to see it on the stream.
No, yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
You sure?
It's very dim.
Oh, that? I thought that was part of the background.
No. It's his dream vision, so it's very fuzzy, very clouded. In game, probably none of you know what this is. Out of game people might, but we'll see. So, after all this, after the books have been placed, something weird starts to happen, and the entire city starts exploding. All of the books are going off at once. Wherever you guys are at a certain time, you see the city start glitching. Like, it's almost like a mirage. These explosions, each time an explosion goes off, the city, like, flickers. And then, after a couple minutes, the city's on fire, another explosion, and you guys feel yourself falling. You're just falling and falling, and you land in a new city. And I would like to welcome you to Elturel.
Holy crap!
So
I'm not familiar with El Terrell in the Marvel universe. Can you give me a breakdown, please?
So, you are completely disoriented. You all land in the same general area, which I should be able to put your tokens. Let's see. So there's you. Can you confirm if you still can move them real quick?
Nope.
Can't.
What's the name of the city again?
El
Terrell?
Terrell. Yeah.
Are you Googling it?
No, I'm writing my fucking notes.
Oh, Void. That's right. Wait, where is Void? Oh,
El Terrell?
there we go.
You'll need to give control to my token.
Okay, why does that erase every time? That makes no sense.
I think it's because we don't have
No,
like, character sheets.
I put you
Roll
guys in
20.
there. I made you guys a character sheet.
Oh, wow.
That's
Fucked.
Yeah. Oh, this is Kalik. All right. So, while I'm doing this, I can describe some things. This city is also on fire, and people are running around screaming. The city is also not on the ground. You see close to you these huge chains that you can kind of see, like right here, are dragging the city down into something. You should have access to your token now. Yes, and make sure if you still have not long rested in D&D Beyond Mars.
Oh, I thought I already did that.
You probably didn't
Oh,
click it
I
twice.
was literally in the middle of it, and then I was doing something else, so I thought in my head I did it.
So, as you guys land in this city, it's on fire. It's like racing downwards through the sky. People are screaming everywhere. No one's paying you any mind. You have a reaction to make right off the bat to see kind of what you do to brace yourself. So, starting with Void, what do you do in the first couple seconds?
Brace myself for what? What's that?
You're on a city screaming down to the ground on fire.
So wait, so are we like floating just like is this falling? Like is it falling fast enough to where we're like barely floating?
No, you're not floating like that, no, but you can see that the city is being drugged down into something.
Alright, well shit.
And you can assume that it's these chains pulling it down.
Wow.
Dragged, not drugged. Yes, we went over this last time, I guess. Well, if you don't want to go around, does anyone react in any way?
I mean, let's get in an alleyway and just hide, I guess.
Get on guard, I guess. Find somewhere to sit in a corner and stay on edge.
Okay.
Okay, I guess. Can I just? The very first thing I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna look at my surroundings. So, is there anything besides the fact that this is a town hurley down to the wherever? Like, is there anything that do I need to roll for perception, investigation to notice like what we can do as far as like what is going on?
Yeah, you can roll investigation to try to figure out something to do.
I mean, I'm assuming Kalik, the very first thing would be like, what the hell's happening? What's going on around? And then he'd be looking and figuring out a solution because that's just kind of how he is. And I rolled shite. My investigation. What is my investigation? Investigation. That's 14.
All right, so doesn't take a genius to realize you probably need to get the hell out of this city before it crashes down into whatever it's crashing down into. The thing you're having a hard time with, though, is you're not really sure how. The first thing you can think of real quick is, I wish I could fly. But that's all that Kalik really can learn for the moment. If Void is shuddering everyone into an alley, you can do that. Still all around you, people running, screaming. Fire is increasing. The chains, you can hear them dragging the city down.
Okay. I honestly, the first thing I can think of is just like, how do we break the chains? Chains.
All right, can everyone roll a perception now?
Where's my perception? That's +0. Forgot.
Ooh, that's better.
There's a 6.
Perception.
How good does a 2 get me?
27.
All right, at
There
least
we go.
That
at
is
least
a 20 for me.
All right, good job. So you guys get pulled into an alley. You're not getting trampled or hit by any people running now. You have a moment to collect your thoughts, and you realize that there's probably about 2 ways, maybe 3, to get out of this situation. You can climb down the chains, or you can fly down. Are the 2 obvious reasons. And let's see. That is about all that you realize from where you are at for the moment.
All right, let's grab a chain and slide down, I guess.
Oof. I
Can
guess
we slide
we'll
down there?
climb our way down this infernal hell.
Not gonna get any argument from me on that one.
All right. So the party has decided to climb down the chains. Is that correct?
We either die on this hurling town or we die climbing a chain. Either way, we're gonna die. So I figured, hey, let's go our own way.
All right.
All right, enough talking. Let's make it over there.
Okay. So as you guys are running towards the chains, you see a weird floating, flying creature of sorts. Kind of looks like an elephant floating through the air, and she comes up with you guys. She says, "Oh, you've decided to." Oh my god, I knew I was gonna have a hard time with this voice. You've decided to climb down the chains. Oh, yes, it's a good idea. Can none of you can fly like me? And she like flaps her little wings.
No, I do not believe.
Point at my back.
I feel that we are wasting time. Excuse me, Hag. Do you have anything for us, or do we get out of here?
Oh, yes, I just need someone to go with, but I can help you where we're going. Please, can I come with you, please?
I'm gonna vote no, and I'm gonna ask you to get out of my way.
Yeah, Toma's doing the same.
Wait, I'm confused.
So what you see in front of you is like a tiny floating elephant. So it's it's a hollyphant.
Oh, that's cute. Okay.
And when you guys start being very rude to her, she says, I know so much about this. I had some really unfortunate series of events lately, and my mind was erased, but I promise if you can help me get my memories back, I will be of great service and gratitude at the same time to you guys.
I have a quick question. At this point, do I have pebbles or?
Yes, Pebbles is strapped to your front.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of pet him and start walking away.
Okay,
Try
I
a different
will.
chain.
I like how when you say small, are we talking like small or are we talking like small?
It's a small celestial creature.
Okay.
Like fairy sized?
A little
I'll just
bigger
do
than that.
bigger, maybe like a flying dog.
I mean, I fail to see how your missing memories are our problem. We have bigger things to deal with at the moment.
She looks at Joel and she says, "You're gonna need a lot of help where you're going, and I don't know if anyone else is gonna be willing to help you down there. Do you
All
know
right, come. You
what's
can come
happening?"
with me. I say you can come with.
All
We
right.
have no idea, but if you're offering a solution to help us, then hurry the fuck up. We have no time to waste at this moment.
Okay, let's go. I agree, let's go. Everyone else is losing their minds, and you guys seem like you were doing something, so let's go.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Out of here.
So you rush towards the chains. The Hollyphant sticks close to Kalik, and
I give it a little tap on the head while we're running, be like, "Oh, that's so cute." Okay.
so you get to a chain and you look down. You're about 500 feet above the ground at this moment. I need all of you to do a athletics check for me, so a strength check.
Wow. Strength.
Not acrobatics.
Wait, athletics or strength?
It's just strength.
Oh, just strength. Okay.
7.
Ooh.
All right.
Well, let's see what happens here.
15.
14.
Strength's not great.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. It's not bad. 15.
Okay, so you guys climb up, you start to saddle up on the chain. You guys all go down, and being the valiant person he is, Void opts to go last and kind of slips for a moment, and the Hollyphant actually comes and flies up a little bit and takes his left hand and places it back on the chain. Oh, you gotta be careful. You don't want to fall.
All right,
and
let's keep moving.
Flies back to Kalik, and then you guys start shimmying down the chains, and you're going down. A minute or two passes, and the chains start to sway now that you're in the middle of them, and I need everyone to do a strength check again.
Oh, damn. Here we go.
4.
14.
Okay.
13. No, 12. Sorry.
Let me try. Let's see. We'll try this dice.
No, 13. I was right. I was right. 13. I was right.
Okay.
15 this time.
Okay. Void.
4.
4.
Ooh.
All
I
right.
have 0 strength.
Yeah, me too.
All
Aren't
right.
you a fighter?
We've gone over this 20 episodes in a row. I am a dexterity fighter.
So-
I have +5 dexterity, as
Oh.
you learned last session, probably for the first time.
So at this moment, Void slips with the swaying, and he's falling, and you guys start to see him fall past you. And this time, he's not holding on at all. So the Hollyphant is like flying around, trying to figure out what to do. But I'm pretty sure is going to only do that because she can't do anything else.
So how not how fast is he falling? How close are we to the ground at this point?
500 feet, right? Is that-
You're probably about 300 feet up by now, yeah.
Do I notice him? Where am I on the chain?
Yeah, he would fall past every single one of you, so you have a very quick reaction if you can think of something.
That's gonna hurt. I'll
I'm
stick
gonna-
out my tail.
I'm gonna need
This is
some.
about 4 feet long.
Yeah, can I
Oof.
stick it out my hand or? Wait. Hold on, I think I have rope.
All right, I'm gonna need you guys to devise a plan in 10, 9,
I'm gonna stick out my tail.
8,
I'm currently falling.
7,
I'm taking out my rope.
6. What are you doing with rope?
I'm gonna
5,
take the rope out and extend it like a
4,
whip,
3.
like Indiana Jones and that
2.
shit.
I'm sticking out
So
my
we can
tail.
grab
I
it.
can just do that.
All right, so first off, Kalik, roll a dexterity check for me.
I'm gonna Indiana Jones the shit out of this. All right. Da 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 da. Gonna roll so we can save Void's life. Holy fuck, that's a natural 20.
Oh shit! All right.
No, I'm not even. No joke. I swear, I will show you. I will motherfucking show you.
So you guys see Kalik just like make a lasso super quick and just and throws it over Void and cinches it to the middle and starts swinging him towards the chain. And then Toma's tail wraps around and they both bring Void back to the chain. And now he's at the bottom underneath all of you guys. And I need you to start climbing back down the chain again.
I'm
So another
down.
strength check.
A series
Alright.
of unfortunate events.
Holy shit, I had
Indeed.
no idea that was gonna work.
Another minute passes and one more strength check, please.
Nat 20.
And that one.
Oh.
Dude,
Hey Brian, what's falling damage again?
And a 14.
D6 every 10 feet. How high are we up? We've
100
been climbing
feet.
for a minute. 100 feet? I should just probably die.
Well, if she rolls
Um,
nat ones all 100 times, you might live.
Well, it would only be 10, right? Or did you say 10 d6 every 10 feet?
1d6 every 10 feet.
Yeah.
So 10d6.
Yeah, cool. That's what I thought.
Oh, I thought you said every foot.
All right. Yep. Void's on the.
Wait.
Max is at 220 d6, so 200 feet. Cool.
Is Void falling again?
Yeah, Void is definitely falling and
Alright,
is at the bottom.
Can I open a dimension door underneath him and have him fall back onto the chain?
I think Dimension Door is a self spell.
That is a good question. I'd probably have to read it.
Casting time, 1 action. Ranged area, 500 feet. Duration, instantaneous.
I would say.
Well, it says you teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot.
Well, you're screwed.
It was a good. I like the thought of it, but
Alright.
I can take 100 feet.
Can
All
I
right.
Indiana
Perfectly
Jones
fine.
it again, or is he like farther down?
No,
Who's at the bottom?
I've been
Who's
given
bottom?
3 chances. The dice
Yeah.
want me to fall, so I just gotta fall.
All right. 35 falling damage, but you are down. You've made it.
I have made it.
Can I point at him and just with message, since we're within 120 feet, even though he's at the bottom, I'm just gonna say you're an idiot.
Yes, and something very interesting happens when you cast message. You hear chuckling off in the distance.
Uh-oh.
Familiar chuckling?
Like Meg chuckling, or like
That's
Honestly, it has a similar feeling, but it is not Meg.
uh-oh.
Thomas' fucking tail sticks out straight.
And roll a perception, Toma.
1 sec, what's my perception?
What do I see when I'm on the ground? Since I'm on the ground, fucking bleeding out of
18.
my orifices.
So
Okay.
you know in cartoons how birds fly around the person's head and their eyes just turn into swirls?
Alright, I got an
So like in
18.
Pokemon. Yeah.
I'd like to think I'm out on the ground, sprawled like this, just bleeding, looking up, like,
Yeah, this is him right here.
why the fuck am I here? Like,
So-
why is this fucking happening? This is me. Hey, that's a pretty accurate description.
So you fall about right here. Can you control that token now again?
No, I cannot.
Shit.
All right. That's so weird.
I've about had enough of roll 20 today.
I guess you have to do it on every single one, which is really annoying.
That can't be it. That would be so dumb. If it
Well,
was.
that's
So much work.
That's why you pre-prepare the tokens, but that means I would have to do it for things
every
that
single.
yeah,
yeah.
things that you might not even possibly ever come across, just in case you did come across them.
So
Alright, I
I
have
rolled an
control.
18 on my perception check.
Yes. So your perception makes you realize that something can overhear your message, which is really weird because it's not something that's said out loud.
Hmm.
Assign that token to his character. Yeah, I already have.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe I did it backwards, but it's fine.
since
I'll go back over
message
it
is
again.
a cantrip, can I just cast it again and try to communicate with the devil thing?
I'm pretty sure you have to know what you're communicating with.
I'll communicate with Void again.
Okay.
Just not talk to him. So yeah, I'm gonna ask, who are you and where are you?
I am here. What do
Not
you
you,
mean,
Void.
Toma?
Shut up.
I am dying on the ground.
See, it's in there. It's in there right there. Can be edited and controlled by Joel. Default token. I don't know. I did all the work that the tutorial said to do. But anyways, what you see when you land first, Void, is a very desolate hellscape. And you feel immense heat. And you just feel the weight of this place upon you. You land in kind of like soot, kind of. It's not like dirt, it's like soot. and your back is now covered in it. And then the others, they climb down. After about a minute, the Hollyphant comes with you as well.
Yeah, so I guess as they come down, I kind of like get up and I'm doing my little surveying, and they come down. I look at them and like why the fuck are we here? This is not part of the deal that we've had previous. So why are we not back in our city, in our casino?
Can I
talking
really
to you guys
quickly?
with this.
No, yeah, I know. As Void is saying that, I want to make an insight check on the Halophant.
Okay, what are you trying to insight?
If it's actually what it appears to be.
Yes, you don't even have to roll. It is.
Okay.
So, yeah, Void's talking to you guys.
I don't understand why we are here. We were doing just fine. We've done everything Meg has asked us to do, for more or less, depending, with maybe some of our own interests along the way. But everything we've done has been correct.
I think I used to have a vacation home around here.
Can't we just teleport out of here with our
That's a good point. Let's group up and try and get out of here.
Oh,
Guys,
real quick, while we're
really-
doing that, Cole, I'm gonna try. Can I try something real quick?
Yes.
I'm assuming I haven't, because it's been like all of a sudden we're hurled into a town fire. But I'm gonna just real quick just change my disguise self to. I want to look like a. I want to look like a blue tiefling.
Okay.
that's weird.
I just want to see if this has not like messed with anything of my powers.
Okay, yeah, no, so you disguise yourself pretty well, but you notice when you switch to the disguise, you're kind of basing it off of like a mix of Void and Toma. When you do it, you look a little more evil than you intended. Your blue is like a darker tone. You have like cracks in your skin or whatever you want to call it. So it worked how it normally works, but it also kind of warped it a little bit.
Okay, like my power was a little out of control, and it did its own thing farther than what I wanted to do.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe not. So while you guys all get down here and you're around, the Hollyphant flies around, and she's like, "Oh no, it's no good that we're here. It's no good. I think we need to get to the fort. There might be someone there that can help me, and we need to save this city. We need to save El Terrell, or else this is all very bad." And as you guys are looking around while she's saying that, you see now kind of off in the distance as the city's being drug away, you see a dark river that cuts a path across the blasted landscape and flows directly beneath the city. Floating on the river are demonic barges being assailed by squadrons of winged devils under the command of a terrifying pit fiend wearing an eyeless helm and clutching a battle standard. But that is floating away from you guys. Let's see here. So the Hollyphant, while running around, introduces herself to you guys, and she's like, "My name is Lulu. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me come with you. I promise that I won't be troublesome, and I'll be of great service to you in this place. Have you guys ever been to Avernus? Because
What?
welcome to Avernus, everybody."
I'm sorry, did I misunderstand it? Did you say a furnace?
Not a furnace.
Ah,
Avernus, Avernus. You know, it's There's a lot of
Oh.
debate on
Well,
how it's
Caleb,
pronounced.
we'll
kind
have
of
to,
country is this?
Avernus. Ah, yes.
I have to agree with you, Kate. Like, it does seem like we are standing inside of a furnace right now.
I will say it is
That's probably
quite
the word
hot
to
in
play.
here.
Yes.
So can Void know of Avernus? Avernus?
Um. So yeah, roll a history, and while she says that, he also pulls out a map for you guys, and she's like, "As I promised, I would be very helpful." And she produces you this map of Avernus.
What are those like, flying creatures?
I got a 19.
All right, yeah. So you know the history pretty somewhat decently. A lot of what you know is based on before this whole journey started, so it's kind of fuzzy. You know that it is one of the 9 hells. I mean, I can read you the what is Avernus for that.
I just wanted to know if I knew of Avernus
Yep.
as like it existed as a world. I don't want to actually know what is in Avernus. I just want to know that it's possibly very dangerous and
Yeah.
not a place we really want to be.
You definitely would assume that. And basically, what you know is this place serves for a front line of the clash between the forces of chaos and law, known as the Blood War. Demons from the Abyss use the river Styx to enter Avernus, where they hurl themselves against infernal legions of devils. So, this entire place is a very awful place to be. Traveling it is very hard. It's very hot. It's very tiresome. But now you have a map, and she produces the map. She actually hands it kind of towards Kalik. Do you take the map?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Why, thank you, little one.
When you grab the map, you hold it in your hand, and you're actually kind of taken aback because you hear from the map, "Welcome to Avernus," and the map speaks to you.
Okay. Did anyone else
Avernus
hear
played
that?
Despacito.
Anybody else hear the weird, awkward voice as soon as I touched the map?
Yeah, is it just like a mind link to him, or was it like actually like spoke as if it has a mouth on it?
It was spoken out loud.
Okay, so we all heard it.
All right.
Okay, I think this is too far above our pay grade. I think we need to get the fuck out of here. I don't think we want to be here at all. Come on, let's gather up together. Let's just get out of here. I'm sure Meg will take us.
All right, I think I'm fixing your things thanks to thanks to Brian. Oh yeah, your name is Mars. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Go ahead, keep talking. Sorry.
Okay. Real quick. Lulu,
Yes.
what is the harm? I mean, besides the death of, I'm sure, all the civilians in the town. What harm would come of the town being dragged down to, well, whatever the hell this place is, Avernus? What are the consequences that would, in a global scale?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that, because it would be very bad. Not just for here, for the world, for us, for the city, but for the entire realm. There's a reason that they want El Terrell, and I mean, I'm so sorry. As I mentioned before, I met a terrible fate. I was taken advantage of by something very sinister, and most of my memories were erased. But
It's okay.
it's not too hard to know that dragging an entire city into the river Styx is probably not good for anyone.
All right, and real quick, when you say they, who exactly do you mean by they?
What do you mean?
Well, you said they. When you they want to, drag the city down. Who's they?
I don't know if it's the demons or the devils or both. They're always constantly fighting. I don't know who started this plan. The only thing I remember is if we want to be successful, we need to find Zariel's sword, and honestly, that's all I remember. And I know the safest place we can get to right now is a fort that's not too far from here. I think it's probably about 10 miles. I've been to this place before, but that's all I remember. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Who is Zeriel, and what do they have to do with all of this?
I think Zariel is the one who did this to me, and I feel like they're someone who I used to trust, but I think they might have been the one that did this to me. All I know is I have to go to the fort, and there might be someone there that can help me get my memories back, and then I will know how to help us a lot better and get us out of here.
The only thing we need from you is to know how to get out of here. And then we will be free of this hellscape, yes?
Yeah.
I wish not to get involved with whatever is going on here. But if we must, then we must. I think the rest of us feel the same, yes?
Yes.
Can I try reaching Meg?
Yeah, you can try.
All right. Well, I
Ring,
try.
ring, ring.
So
Yeah, ring.
yeah, you call him up, and it's like extreme static, which is really weird because this isn't a real phone. But you hear like cutting it out, in and out. What hell did you guys fucking do? You fucking idiots! Where are?
Can we all hear this one?
I'm gonna say back Avernus as loud as I can.
Yeah, you can. He's talking to all of you.
Okay.
And then he's like, "You ruined everything." And then it just goes.
You ruined everything. I ain't done shit. I was just writing books, minding my own business, wake up in this hellscape.
By the way, you
Never asked
have
for any of this.
you have the one book still on you, Joel. By the way. So let's go back to where you guys are landed. Close to you is a very enticing pool if anyone wants to go for a swim. But basically, the rest is what you see here. Let me zoom out a little. There's broken pieces of landscape. There's a big, huge skeleton over here. There's a pool of this different kind of stuff that's kind of interesting. And then far off, like left off screen, is where the city's being drug into the River Styx. And the River Styx runs behind all of this, basically. So, just a disclaimer for this first chapter. This first chapter is a fucking nightmare of open sandbox. So there's going to be a lot of thinking in the mind and theater of the mind and stuff like that. Because even though I spent $28 of extra assets, like, it's still just open sandbox. So just a heads up to that. But you're here. You're in Avernus, whatever you want to call it. Does anyone check out these surroundings before trying to figure out where the fort is?
I mean, to me, it doesn't look like there's much to check out. So.
I mean, there's some pools you can take a taste of if you want.
Yeah, do I look stupid to you?
I know.
Do I look
splitting
like
the
Toma?
party- I know splitting the party is never fun, but I feel like Toma's so flustered by what's going on. She's just gonna start kind of going in the direction of the city that's being drugged. Just gonna start walking there.
So you're walking towards El Terrell.
I feel like it's just something concrete she can see right now. And like with Meg getting upset and then she doesn't know where she is. And from what she's heard, this isn't a very kind place to be at.
Okay.
I
Oi,
don't know.
Toma. We were told to go the other way.
Yeah,
Right?
Lulu flies as well as Void is yelling, and she kind of like nudges you back, and she's like, "We have to go this way, and she kind of like points a wing like to the like northeast if the top of this map is north. She's like, the only place that is anywhat safe is the fort. We have to get there. There's some friendly people there."
All right. Well, it sounds like we may need to go to the fort.
I don't think we really have much choice. There's
Yeah.
nothing else out here.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. I promise it will not be in vain. So, you now start your journey to the fort. As you are traveling, of course, distances are really weird here. As you're walking, it's so terrible. Like, you've never had to walk across anything this bad. It's hot, you're sweaty, it smells bad. If you stay close to the river, it's even worse. At the moment, nothing is really bothering you guys. You're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But off in the distance, you see a lot of shit that you probably don't want to deal with. There's hideous clouds, like, all throughout the sky. There's, like, frequent meteors crashing to the ground in certain places. Bone fields, like, it just reeks of brimstone and burning air. So, with that, you guys are pretty decent at getting to the fort. Lulu kind of seems to know where she's going. It's like the one thing that she's kind of held on to. Let's see how long it takes you. Yeah, first dice roll of the new dice. All right, 2. So,
Hey, Kaluk,
Yes.
how flammable do you think this fairy is?
Well, if you put enough fire to anything, really, anything is flammable. But seeing as this creature is, well, helping us and knows more about this area, well, regardless of the lack of memory, I would find it very ill-advised to do so.
I wasn't asking for your advice. I was asking for your opinion on how
Oh,
flammable
well-
you think this creature is.
Well, I mean, in a scale of like 1 to like kindling, I would say like, I don't know, probably really, really wet grass.
all right. So yeah, you guys are walking along the hellscape. Feel free to talk.
Yeah, that's
through
the last
your-
time I try to initiate conversation with Kaluk.
You were talking about burning something.
Hey, Void.
Oh my god.
What is it, Mr. Demon Man?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how flammable do you think this fairy is?
From the powers of the higher educated individuals, it seems like wet grass is the level of flammability.
Like grass isn't that flammable. God damn it.
That is the whole point. Mr. Joel or Mr. Nurgle, have you ever been in this area before?
Can't say that I recall this too well. It wasn't often that I decided to traverse across the hells, though. It just wasn't really something that I needed to do at any given time. I mean, there were the God Wars, but I kind of tried to stick to my own business during that and just reaped the benefits of everybody else dying. So I can't really say yes or no if I've been here or not.
I feel if you've been here before, you might have known.
Again, though, there's a lot that I don't remember, a lot that I lost when my anointment, my godhood, was kind of stripped from me. So while I've been able to age pretty much unimpeded, I can live forever in that sense. I still have mortality, and I still don't remember certain aspects of being a god or having that kind of power, which is what I've been trying to get back unsuccessfully, I might add.
It is definitely a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, no, those books suck.
All right, so you guys are walking. You start to kind of see in the distance an outcropping of some actual kind of, place. It's not just bones and broken stone and things like that. You see kind of an outcropping of something that's built up. You're probably just barely another couple miles off. That's about it.
And nothing seems to be moving in the distance or like coming at us.
No, everything's kind of doing its own thing. Everyone roll a perception real quick.
That
What
one.
is that? That's a dirty 20.
21.
So Toma is just like
19.
kind of really scared and just kind of cowering with you guys.
What are you doing?
Everyone else rolled over 15, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so super far off on the distance, you see something really cool. Toma, you don't notice this, but let's see here. You might
We
have
see something.
You might
We
have
see
to...
Meg?
No. Meg's not lowly enough to be here. Yeah, this is a good one. You'll probably have to look at the stream. Oh, come on. Why is that image so bad? There we go. Alright, so you see off in the distance some devils or demons. Can't really tell from your current position. And it looks blurry just like this image here because you're very far away. You see it ripping through the landscape on the other side of the river, though. It's like this freaking just... I mean, honestly, as Luca described it, a giant devil truck.
A giant devil.
Wow.
Okay.
And this is, what is the behavior of this thing?
Goes forward.
It's just like tearing through the landscape, like cackling. Whatever's on it is just like cackling, just like throwing fire left and right, just like smashing through any bones that are on the ground. Carried across the landscape, you just hear and they just zoom. But that's what you notice. As well, now that you guys have been traveling for a little bit, it's a very awful place. I need you to all roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
What's my constitution? +2.
+0. Great. 13.
19.
Ooh, all right.
Ooh.
Dirty 20.
11, 15.
All right. You guys, being the evil people that you are, being hardened travelers, do not take any exhaustion. You just feel dirty and sweaty and stuff like that. You guys also feel that if you weren't of evil alignment, this place would probably start to warp your mind. So you're feeling pretty lucky right now.
Pretty at home.
Yeah. So, after another hour or so, you guys make it to the fort. And I would like to welcome you to Fort Knucklebone. Let me see.
Get it, guys. 'Cause it looks
Wait.
like a knuckle.
Fort what?
Knucklebone.
It looks like a hand.
Yeah, there's like a skull outside the front with the words knuckle bone written across the top of it. Okay, so I think I still. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that later. That's so annoying. Yeah, so to like get your tokens to work, so where you guys can just control them every time, you have to do it in like a freaking million places. So we'll just worry about that. I'll get it all set up. This time, we shouldn't have any super important, like, token stuff. So, when you make it to the front, you are in front of a fortified compound that sits atop a low plateau that rises out of a crater-pocked landscape. At the center of the compound is a hill of rust-colored stone that resembles a hand clawing out of the ground. With gaps between the fingers, a jagged wall made of rock, bones, and metal debris surrounds this hand-shaped hill. Other highlights visible from this distance include a gatehouse, atop which stands a half-dozen small figures on watch.
All right, Fairy, we are here. Now what do we need to do?
So are you guys going into the fort?
Following the fairy's moves.
Okay, so you guys come to the front and...
Hey, real quick, can I ask, was it Lulu? Yeah, Lulu something? Lulu, should we be worried at all about entering the fort? Or any inhabitants that might, I don't know, maybe be a little bit wary of random strangers just, rolling on up on their area of residence, possibly?
That is a very good question. And honestly, if you just follow my lead and please try not to cause any trouble, please remember where you are. I think we'll be okay. And she kind of takes the lead, and you're over here.
Okay.
And this is a huge gate. And in front of it, you see a grouping of about 8 red caps that are standing to guard. As you start to approach, one of them yells, "Hey, what's the password?"
I just whispered to Joel, I'm like, how much you want to bet the password's password?
You guys see one to the right yell, "Hey, we don't have a password!"
Password's your mom.
They start chuckling and they look at you and they're like, "Ah, we haven't heard that one before!" And they all just start laughing. So are you guys still just standing there for the moment?
How many did you say there were?
2?
There are 8.
No.
So they look strong.
I mean, they're red caps. They're
What
like
is
little.
What is
Let's
Lulu doing? Is she moving forward?
She's kind of just waiting for you guys to do.
All right, I'm cautiously just gonna keep walking forward, like doing that fake laugh. You know, when someone tells a really bad joke, so like me, like last session, right? And people are like, "Haha, we're gonna laugh so we can like, not make this person or this situation feel awkward." Yeah, I'm gonna do that as I'm just cautiously walking forward.
So you walk towards the gate.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. One of the red caps looks at you and is like, "Oh yes, one of you decides not to be an idiot. Come on in." And they just open the gate for you.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
I'm gonna take Joel's, like I'm gonna tug on his cape or something to get his attention and just kind of hang behind.
Okay.
All right.
So, yeah.
You know what I just realized? None of us have actually talked about the monkey bear that Toma has with her. It has not been brought up at all. Like, we haven't really had like an RP
Kind of
moment
have
about,
more
like,
important
what the
things
fuck
to
is
worry
this?
about than Toma's pet right now,
Yeah.
Kayla.
Yeah, I kind of assume we talked about it once.
Right.
Before.
I
We were
know, I'm just
walking
like-
for like 3 hours. It came up like.
Oh, speaking of that, good thing for you to remind me. I need you to roll another Constitution saving throw at disadvantage, Toma.
Yeah.
Oh, specific. Oh, because she's carrying the thing.
8.
Okay. Yeah, you take a point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
So, as you guys enter, the gate kind of closes behind you. When you enter, you see an area enclosed by the rampart is littered with trash and mechanical parts, some put together in a way that resembles a vehicle. Ramshackle structures built from the same junk as the outer wall provide the shelter. A platoon of small fey creatures mill about, all looking like feral gnomes. Several of them sport tall red caps, some of which drip with vile ichor. A pair of Kenku examine one of the strange vehicles, chattering to each other in high-pitched squawks. These Kenku carry an assortment of strange tools. When they see you, they turn and stare in wonder. And you'll see that these two characters instantly recognize Lulu. Before you guys can act, you hear "Rah!" and one of the Kenkus waves in your direction and is kind of telling you to stay where you are. What a deal! Patience is a virtue. Can't keep the boss waiting. He runs off into one of the trash structures. Moments later, he returns leading a tall creature wearing a long, tattered shift covered in mud, blood, mold, and worse. The hag's eyes seem to move independently of each other as she approaches, her straggly brown hair hanging in front of them. Resting on each shoulder are red-eyed ravens that scrutinize your group. Behind her, a hulking creature built of disparate, fiendish parts trudges, moaning and hopping as he walks as if in pain. Then, both of the hag's eyes focus keenly on your group and on Lulu specifically, and you hear the hag say, "My goodness," the hag croaks, spittle dribbling from her mouth. "Where did you find such a treasure?"
Are you?
Sorry, who is he calling a treasure?
Yeah.
Yes.
The hag, a woman, is calling Lulu the treasure.
Are you sure it's a woman?
Yes.
You sure?
What, you don't like my choice of voice for the hag?
Hey Tomo, what do you want to bet that this thing's a man?
Like $10.
You mean 10 gold?
Same thing.
Hey Kalik,
Yes, good sir.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how flammable do you think she is?
I mean, she has a bunch of mold and like dusty
She
dry
has
shit on
mold. Yeah.
her. She'd be
yeah.
pretty flammable.
Wait, we're not having this conversation like in front, like out loud in front of her, right? This is
Oh,
all
we
in mind.
totally are.
I'm assuming you're not, because that would be
I'm
very
going to
dangerous.
assume we're not. If it's in void, like in our heads, this is what I'm gonna say. Well, considering the mold, the vast amount of mold, I would say she is like kindling, but like wet, like lightly damp kindling. So
I think after today, I'm never speaking to Kalik again.
Yeah, I'm
What? You don't like my analogy?
No, I don't.
Well, then, why are you asking for my opinion on the flammable stuff? I'm
Well,
not a pyro.
Because I used to respect you, Kalik, and now you're just giving me these bullshit answers.
Well, what do you want me to tell you?
I think we have more pressing matters than the flammability of a single individual.
So she looks at you guys again as you're all just weirdly bickering in your heads and out loud here and there. And she says, "What brings you here?"
Oh,
fuck if I know.
We're not entirely
Yeah,
sure.
please let me know. Actually,
We
I'll
were
come back
put
to you.
we were put in a terrible situation, and we were told that we have the answers to all of these issues here at this fortress.
Yeah, we followed this fucking flying elephant all the way here.
Oh, yes. I remember why we're here now. Is your name, Mad Maggie? And the lady, her eyes going crazy, looks at Lulu and she says, "Oi, it is Mad Maggie. That is me. My voice has changed again already."
Mad Maggie, the bad haggy.
Yeah, Lulu starts talking to Maggie and she's like, I've lost my memories and I believe you're the one that can help me. And Mad Maggie looks at her and she's like, "Oh, yes I can," using a little softer of a voice. You're noticing that her voice just changes like very, very weirdly, like you don't really know what her real voice is. And she looks at Lulu with a very soft voice and pets her, and she's like, I think we can help you. We need to go on a dream quest. It's everyone else. I will take her. Please,
Yeah,
please.
No, let's hold our horses right there. Not just gonna wander off with our flying elephant.
Agree. I do
You're
not think you should
welcome.
walk away.
You're welcome to stay here and take in the hospitality of Fort Knucklebone. I promise nothing nefarious is about. I simply have the means to unlock her memories, and I actually might need you guys to come in a couple hours to help. It might take many of us, many powerful beings, to change and get back her memories.
Look, I don't know you. I don't really know the elephant, but you're not taking the elephant.
Well, how do you suggest you get her memories back?
How about we put that on hold right now and you explain to us what the fuck is going on?
Well, you see, I believe that this creature is tied to Zeriel. Have you heard of Zeriel?
Briefly,
Sure,
from
humor
what
me.
she said, yes.
Basically, what we need to do is we need to take Lulu through a dream quest. Have any of you ever been on a dream quest?
I have tried one of my previous shipments, yes, if that is what you're asking.
I believe that
I meant I took a lot of drugs one time.
I believe that this creature knows the location of the Sword of Zeriel and will actually be the thing that will help you out of all of your issues, and it might save the very city that you just came from.
We have no affiliation to the city. I do not know why
we
a
have
city
more
is falling.
affiliation to this flying elephant.
Okay, I will make you a deal. You can either stay here right now with me and help me do this, because I would need you later anyways. You must watch me do the preparations, and then we must do the ritual together. Or you can help people out around the fort here, and there might be something in it for you. And she like points over, and you see in the corner is one of the infernal machines that you saw ripping across the plains before.
Guys, I really don't trust this lady.
Me neither. And
Do you want to like insight check her, see if she's lying about that?
I mean, I almost want to just
fight him.
destroy her and establish ourselves as the dominant power in this fort.
So, as
Joel...
you guys are talking to her, and you're just kind of paying attention to the fort, you see, these are some things you see. A large creature that follows the hag moves to follow her and moans every time, doing a bit of a hopping dance. A few of the red caps you see point and mock it for not being able to walk very well. You notice one of the ravens on the witch's shoulder is sending you a long stare, while seemingly whispering something to the other raven, which nods solemnly. The two Kenku, which, after you've been here for some time, have learned that their names are Chukka and Clonk, are swearing profusely in their high-pitched squawks while angrily hammering on the big infernal vehicle. Across the junkyard, a flying skull enveloped in green flames seems to be looking for something, peering into huts and blasting away pieces of scraps. So, as you guys are noticing all this, Maggie says, as I said, if you help out, it could pay off, but you're welcome to watch me prepare.
Joe, I think we might need to go take a second and go sit down. You kind of look at Toma, and I guess Toma's like breathing a little heavier from her exhaustion and
All I'm saying is I'm not letting the elephant go with this lady. Dream quest or not, there's not something right about that, and I don't trust the situation. I don't trust this so-called dream quest.
Joel, would you like to stay with her during the preparation?
Oh no, she's coming with us. We're gonna go discuss and figure some shit out. Our flying elephant friend here is gonna stay with us, and this fucking old crone, whatever the fuck she is, can go back in her shit hut and sort herself out.
So Lulu actually flies to the side of the hag, and she's like, "No, I'm staying here. I need help. I really need this help. I don't have any of my spell casting abilities anymore. My memories are fractured. This is what we need to do. I understand that you guys are hesitant. You're more than welcome to stay with us and help prepare and then do the ritual together."
I'm
There's
gonna
no
really
helping
quickly-
to prepare. Listen, child, I used to be a god. If there's a way for us to unlock your memories, we can do it without trusting some shady hag.
Yeah, I'd like to roll for intimidation. I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna take Pebbles. I'm gonna say shoulders and have him climb on my shoulders, and I'm gonna look straight at the elephant. I'm gonna say, "You come here because we need you. We can't give you to some lady who might just kill you.
All
We need
right.
you to get out of this place."
Roll your intimidation.
It's a 13 plus 12.
You have a 12 plus 12 to intimidation, huh?
Yeah, I just never use it.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
You
All right, you succeeded. Lulu looks at you and she's like, "This is not a good idea. This is not good, not good." But she floats over to Toma.
Void. You using your fighter's prowess, what can you tell about this situation?
I'll give you the information of some certain things about this individual if you tell me, if you use your wisdom to tell me what if this hag is lying or not.
So, are you checking out the whole area? Void, are you like sizing up the area?
Well, I think I'm just gonna do the know your enemy to this hag.
To only the hag? How many?
I mean, I
There's a
gotta
bunch of red
choose.
caps.
I gotta choose a person I'm talking to.
Okay. Alright.
So I guess the two things I want to know is if the current hit points and armor class is superior, inferior, or equal to mine.
Oh, you guys. Give me a sec.
I do not believe she is too much of a threat.
That's what I'm saying. And I want to use.
I'm gonna roll a
I want to
insight
use
check.
suggestion to have her tell us who else is in the compound, like how many there are.
You can just use your eyes.
Well, I'm just in case there's any hiding.
Or who are you asking?
I'm gonna use suggestion on the witch.
A spell?
And yeah. And I'm going to suggest that she tells me how many people are in the compound.
Your spell does not go off.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, so
A 20 on an insight check to determine whether or not this is a situation we should be trusting.
yeah, she is not lying at all. And Lulu trusts her, and the Kenku actually kind of recognized Lulu as well.
Well, if she's not lying, then I want some answers, because apparently the Kenku recognized Lulu. Lulu knew where this place was. Why didn't she unlock Lulu's memories before?
Are you asking that?
Fuck yeah, I'm asking that. And don't give me some bullshit of, I needed powerful people, because I know for a fact that you could have found some fucking powerful beings that you either could have drained or persuaded to work with you in this situation.
All right. So, e.g., what information do I have to get you?
Current hit points, and I forgot the other one I wanted.
How many hit points do you have?
Armor class.
And armor class. So I'm at. Oh, my current is 68 right now.
She has more health than you for sure,
Armor class is
and
17.
she has equal armor class.
Wow.
Anything else?
That's all I can do.
Okay, so Maggie looks at Joel and Lulu, and she says, "This creature was stolen away from us, probably by Zariel, and Zariel's probably the one who did this to her. We are not the enemies here. The enemies are everything else around you when you're not in Fort Knucklebone. We have an understanding with most demons and devils here. And this is the only place that they won't touch, to be honest.
And why do they not come here?
We have an understanding. They know that I am more powerful than most of them, and with me and my followers, they don't really want the trouble. As well, sometimes we do have to fix internal machines for them, and everything down here is a bargain if you haven't been here very long. There's soul coins at play, devil contracts, demon contracts, you know, what have you. This is the only established place of any safety, really, in the entire, all of Avernus.
That is an interesting thing we have going on here, then.
I believe something very sinister happened to our poor Lulu here. I personally have not had the chance to meet her yet, but I have heard that she used to be a very powerful Hollyphant. She seems to be in very poor sorts now.
Really want to kill this lady?
That's what I'm saying. I want to kill him, but I can't find the justification to do it.
So, as you guys are looking around, things that you notice, notice a lot of red caps. There are the two Kenkus. There is the huge hulking beast that is by Maggie, actually named Mickey, you over here. And then there's the skull and some other things like that. But
Hey,
even
real quick, what color's hair is the hag's?
what color is her hair?
Yeah.
It's black.
Okay.
The madcaps have like scythes and stuff usually. They are small in nature and they are kind of buffoons, but they don't look like easy pickings either. But it is presented. Maggie and Mickey look at you guys and kind of get tired of the back and forth. And so Maggie just looks at you guys and she's like, "I'll be right over here whenever you're ready to help this poor creature." And she walks and goes and sits down, and you see the monster kind of limp after her, and they go and sit down.
Hey, Lulu.
Yes?
It's alright, relax. Before we figure out what we're gonna do about the hags, I need you to tell me more about... You said there was a war going on between demons and devils. I need to learn more about that.
I've told you all I can. Did you forget that my memories have been erased? I can hardly even cast spells anymore.
Why can't we cast spells?
I mean, let's be real here. If your memories were erased, it was done through some magic, correct?
Yes, something very sinister. I think it has to do with Zariel, but I don't remember exactly how.
Let us leave them to their devices. I do not think we are capable of doing anything here anymore.
Could I not dispel magic?
I mean, you can certainly try, but I'm assuming that route has already probably been done before with these individuals. As it does seem like this individual is pretty capable.
Yeah.
As herself.
Lulu's gonna start floating back over to Maggie.
I feel like we could just kill Maggie and take this place over for ourselves.
Well,
I do not think there is a point for that at all.
I have to agree with Void.
We
there
do not.
Really is no point for
we
that.
do not want to stay here at all. We want to go back to what we are starting to build. We have an empire elsewhere. We do not need one in this hellscape.
Well, until we're out of this hellscape, we need something.
I think if we just facilitate that sort of partnership, it would be better to do that than to destroy what is here.
Nah, we've facilitated enough partnerships with weird ass beings from fucking weird ass planes. I'm not facilitating anymore.
So Lulu's over with Maggie and they're starting to prepare.
Alright, if you seriously want to kill this individual, at least let's wait until after this ritual is over. Let's see what goes on.
I think Void's right.
If it's something good, then maybe we reconsider what we do. What if we kill? If Lulu ends up being destroyed, well, it doesn't matter because she was no help to us anyway before she was destroyed. And then we kill her, take over this camp. I do not even think that we can take over to this camp. Look how many adversaries are around here. And I'm assuming we're doing like the huddle talk, kind of sitting somewhere.
Yeah, and you guys can talk through your tattoos as well. It's always an option.
Yeah. You guys could just round up all the adversaries in one spot. Let me handle it.
I do not think it's that simple.
I think it's more simple than you think.
No, I'm sorry, but I have to agree with Void here. It just makes more sense.
Just from looking at it, there were 8 individuals at the gates that were the guards, I would assume. There's that green skull that was flying around is an immensely powerful single target by itself. Let alone, we don't have to know how many more of those things fly around here freely. Then the hag has all of her individuals that are guarding with her. As playful as they look, they probably are also capable individuals. No matter how much damage we can do at one go, I think there's just always going to be more to come. There's a reason why this place is untouched by the dangers outside of here.
So at this point, you guys see...
At this point, Joel just walks out of the fucking camp. He's done with this shit.
Alright. So everyone who's remaining, you see Mad Maggie create a fiendish circle on the ground, and she arranges comfortable black cushions at the center, and she motions for Lulu to rest on the cushions. Lulu obliges and lays down, and then Maggie places 2 skulls on the circle, noting that she's sure her sisters won't care if she picks their brains about this problem. She motions for you guys to come over, and she instructs you to each take up places within the circle. And then she tells you all to close your eyes and keep them closed, and the ritual should last about 10 minutes. Within the ritual, all that are within the circle will be joined by a telepathic bond. If anyone leaves the circle, the ritual is interrupted and she'll be forced to start over. And incomplete ritual yields no insight into Lulu's memories. So she starts to initiate the ritual, and you sense a telepathic bond begin to form between the two of you, between all of you and Lulu, as you feel it with your eyes closed. You sense a brilliant flash of light and then darkness. A tingling sensation sweeps over your bodies as a vibrant rainbow appears within your minds, and you see a dream within Lulu's mind unfold. Mad Maggie is not in the dreamscape with you guys, though each character can hear the hag's disembodied voice whenever she speaks, and you just hear her muttering spells. within the Conjured Dreamscape, characters can take damage. But you have entered the dream. As the rich, radiant light of 100 dancing rainbows slowly dissolves, warm sunlight fills the area. Within that space, you see Lulu flying lazily in a lush meadow at the shoulder of a beautiful, blindfolded angel. As the pair strolls through the tall green grass, the voice of the hag fills your mind. Push through with this vision. It only represents what Lulu wishes was true. We need to see more. And I need you to all take an intelligence saving throw, please.
Intelligence saving throw. Okay.
Nat 20. Plus 7. But nat 20.
12. Wait. So, yes, 12.
Okay.
19?
You guys are fine. So you start to push through to the next dream. You guys push through rather easily. And you see a new dream start to unfold. A flame-encircled battlefield appears on a barren hellscape. At the center of the circle, Lulu and the angel lie unconscious and prone, horribly injured. You see yourself standing in defense of Lulu and the angel, facing outward as 6 small, spine-covered devils creep closer. In the distance, a formation of battered and retreating human warriors disappears through a portal. The devils! Hisses the hag's disembodied voice. You must defeat those devils! And now I need you guys to roll initiative.
Oh. All right, let's do it.
Dun dun dun!
Let's
I
kick
just
some
threw it
ass.
across
And
the
then
room again.
Void isn't in this, or not Void. Fail isn't. Joel isn't in the dreamscape, right?
Correct.
All right. So my initiative is 5 plus 5, so 10.
My 5, 7.
Okay.
Put it in.
Yes, please.
Put it in the chat.
All right, and you guys remember spined devils. You have fought one of them before. They will have this initiative. And okay. Alrighty. So Void got 12.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that is the highest. So you see in front of you 6 spined devils, and you can go first.
All right. Shing shing. I walk up, and I attack one of them in front of me. So, whichever one I walk up to and I'm close to. This is Theater of the Mind, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
You're
I'm walking
you're
up to one of
literally in a dreamscape right now. So
Yeah. Okay. So I walk up to one of them and I go to attack them, and it's going to be a 21 for the first hit.
yep, that hits, of course.
All right. I also want to do a trip attack. So give me a. I think it bumped up to 17 now. Let me double check. Yeah, give me a 17 strength saving throw.
Okay. They failed.
All right, cool. So they are going to be knocked prone. I am going to have. Wow, I feel like I haven't played D&D in forever, but it's going to be 16 points of piercing damage for the first attack.
Okay.
Magical.
Okay.
Now the second attack is with advantage. So 24.
Yep.
He's going to take 8 points of piercing damage on my bonus action attack.
Okay, so you dropped 1, so move on to the next.
All right, so I go to the next one. And And I already rolled, so I'm just gonna use the roll. That's
Okay.
gonna be a 12 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right, that doesn't hit. So I'm gonna action surge, and I'm gonna do 2 more attacks. So first attack is an 18.
Okay.
Strength saving throw.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's me. Failed again.
Great. He's gonna be knocked to the ground, prone. He's gonna take 19 piercing damage, and then my second attack.
Yeah, so you dropped another one, I think.
Really? With 18? I mean 19?
19 was the first hit, or I thought you did
19 was his first hit with damage.
Okay. Okay, cool. Then not yet.
Alright, so now my second attack is like a 29.
Okay.
And that's going to be 12 points of piercing damage.
Cool. Yep, so you dropped 2 of them.
Alright, so I'm just... and just fucking hacking and slashing through these guys.
All right. Yep.
And
So you guys see Void get to quick work, and he drops 2 of the spined devils, and they kind of just vanish in the dream. But now the other 4 are going to circle him and attack him. So let me roll some. To hits real quick. They are going to. In this dream, they're just going to hit you with their tail spine each time. Well, first one misses. Second one misses. 16 versus AC. Does a 16?
What'd you say?
16? Yeah.
No, misses.
Okay. Last one. Every single one misses. Dear God. All right.
I'm
Toma,
just
you're up.
fucking anime sidestepping and fucking parrying with my sword. And just looking really... Usually he's calm or like kind of like enjoying a little bit of the fight, but he's kind of looking really angry at this point. And he's got his face he usually doesn't wear of like disgust and like anger.
Okay, cool. Toma, you're up.
Alright.
So there's 4 spined devils left.
Do me and Pebbles share initiative, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Usually you should roll them separate, but the way that you're doing it, you can share.
That's what I'm saying, because I usually want him on my shoulders or strapped to me. Okay. So... Oh, it's been so long. Okay. So I'm going to... Wait, can I use sorcery points to increase the level of a spell?
Don't think so.
Okay. So I'm just going to cast Chaos Bolt at...
You can get
Sorry.
spell slots back and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm going to try to cast Chaos Bolt at 2nd level at just one of them.
Okay.
Let me roll the hit. It's a 19 plus 8.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. Pretty sure. What the fuck? Oh, is this a D6 or D8? I don't remember what
They're very different dice.
Yeah, buddy, relax. It's a 6. That's a 7. 6, 7. So either poison or psychic. I'm just gonna use psychic damage on one of the things. 6 plus 7 plus 6.
Fucker.
Does it scare the shit out of you?
19. Okay. So one of them is going to take 19 psychic damage,
Okay.
and then I'm going to. How are they spread out? Am I on roll 20?
They're all like circling Void.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up to them. I'm gonna tell Pebbles attack, and he's just gonna kind of claw at them from inside the baby holder like this. Is that the tornado thing?
Hey, you can mute your mic for a second, Mars. There's a mute button on Zoom.
Yeah, just mute until your turn comes.
There we
Imagine
go.
living in the Midwest. Couldn't be me.
All right,
Okay,
yeah, roll the hit.
+3 to hit.
All right, so fun fact, apparently when you unplug the mic, it doesn't automatically mute it because I unplugged the mic. So I was like, all right, because it always mutes it when you unplug the mic.
You really shouldn't be unplugging your things to mute. They have buttons for those.
Well, I tried it quickly. It scared the crap out of me.
So, 18 +3 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and then I'm trying to understand how this is worded. A hit.
What is it? Your rusting ability with your little boy?
Yeah, his destructive claws. I don't understand why it says
They
hit.
make it. You hit and then they make a dexterity saving throw.
Why does it say hit 8?
Because it's hit 8 and then it's a 1d6 plus 1 or something, and the 8 is like the average of the whatever. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Just roll your d6 for me real quick.
It's 2d6, right? Yeah, 2d6 plus 1.
All right, melee attack +3 to hit. Hit is 8. It's a 2d6 plus 1, so 2d6 is the average of that roll. I mean, 8 is the average of 2d6.
So I can take either that or do 2d6.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be a little quicker, not roll, you could take the 8 each time.
So I rolled a 9 plus the 1. It's gonna be 10 slashing damage.
So you killed another one, and that'll be the end of your turn. That makes 3 that you've taken down. So at this moment, they kind of all dissipate. So you guys are fighting Dream Devils, and now the dream has kind of ended, and you guys continue to push on. You see now a landscape filled with thick black smoke, and the smells of death and decay expands to encompass everything. The small devils that survived the previous dream kneel before you and offer to serve you if you spare their lives. So they're looking up at you, asking for you to spare their lives. At this moment, as well as the dream's going on, Joel is walking away. You hear all the chanting. You hear everyone start to go in. Did you say you leave the fort? Joel leaves the fort?
Yeah, I left the fort. I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. We're evil, and everybody's sitting here playing hero. Fuck this jazz.
So there's nothing outside of the fort, but you can kind of wander the plains and check out everything that was previously described if you wish.
Yep, I'm just gonna wander.
All right, so you are on the 3rd dream, and you see these spiny devils looking up at you, asking for you to forgive them. What do you do?
Fucking slash them to pieces.
Yeah.
Fuck these shitters.
All right.
It's part of the fucking whelplings. Won't even care.
Yep, so you cut them down, and the 3rd dream fades just as easily as that. Now you are in the 4th dream. You come across and you wander a vast barren landscape of utter devastation. Black sludge rises rapidly out of the ground, enveloping your feet and gripping you tightly, overwhelming you with a horrible sense of loss. You hear out in kind of off in the distance, "Don't let the sludge consume you," says Mad Maggie's disembodied voice. "You must push through her defenses. She must look." And I need you to roll initiative. Again.
Drop
18
chat.
plus 5.
Drop it in chat.
23.
All right, 28. So Toma is first. You are all restricted by the black sludge. So I need you to take your turn to roll a athletics or acrobatics check to get out of the sludge.
Do we have any adversaries in the area, or is it just the black sludge?
You don't see anything at the moment. You murdered the last things you saw in the dreamscape, so there's not much around except for what was described.
Our modest fellowship expands.
And what's the save?
Praise the sub.
You can do an athletics or acrobatics check. You need to roll a 15.
I got 17 plus 13.
Oh boy, I got like 28. Yeah, I got a 28.
All right, Caleb.
I think the tornadoes got him.
Oh yeah, you're still muted, Kalik.
Oh, I'll go for Kalik. He says he casts Eldritch Blast.
At the sludge.
All right. I'm sorry. When I muted, I clicked on something else and messed everything up. Am I rolling? So I rolled a 17, but what is it for?
Nah, you're fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
Each of you go down the line, and on your turn, you get free of the sludge. And the second that you get free of the sludge,
Our modest fellowship expands.
you rise up
Praise
into
the
the
sun.
air quickly, and you shake off the sense of horrible loss. Let's see, all you can do for the rest of the dream, though, is use the help action. But everyone is free from the sludge. You all made it. So, all right, you guys float up, and you shake off the sense of loss. You're feeling fine, and you feel the fifth dream start. Lulu rests on a black cushion at the center of an inky void. She is unconscious and alone. A beam of brilliant white light shining down upon her. Next to Lulu, a large gleaming brass spyglass rests atop an ornately carved tripod. Lulu awakens and looks peacefully around her. Seeing the spyglass, she approaches it. Pressing one eye against the eyepiece, Lulu then steps back suddenly, eyes wide, mouth open. Her face alight with excitement, she cries out, "The sword! The sword! I know where it is!" And you guys start to feel the dream end. You guys and Lulu all wake up, and at this moment you guys are seeing Lulu like barely able to contain her joy. She's just yelling over and over, "The sword! The sword!" Let's see here. You guys did perfectly, actually.
So now we're back in the camp. Everyone's awake.
So, she hands. Yeah, you guys are all awake, and you're in the camp. And she hands. She hands Boyd and Kalik and Toma each one silver soul coin. And she says, "Thank you so much for doing this. The ritual was a success. You guys did so well." And she drops the soul coins into your hands. And, let's see here. She also welcomes you guys to 2 weeks of rations per character in the ritual. And she says, before you leave, "Oh, come talk to me. I will tell you what to watch out for on these lands." And she hands you guys silvered weapons as well to help against devils and lycanthropes if you need. And she thanks you guys, and you guys hear Lulu just running around excitedly talking about the sword over and over again.
Wait, so is she gonna tell us the information that she knows?
You guys went through it all.
Okay.
Wait, did you say where the sword was? What? Did I miss that?
So the dream was taking it all through Lulu's memories and bringing them back to her, and Lulu now knows where the sword is and where to go next.
We essentially inception the crap out of this.
Right. So like she knows, like we all know where it is. We just don't know where it is.
Yes. So all of the things
Okay.
described were things that possibly really happened. and you might not be able to figure it out or piece it together at the moment. But you now know that you need to look for the sword of Zariel, and Lulu is just over and over talking about how she knows where the sword is. So she tells you guys, she's like, I know where to go. I can lead us. I can take us now. I know. We can go.
Oh, all right. Let's make sure everyone's ready, and we'll head out promptly.
I wanna walk, and I wanna kind of like, is Lulu like following us as we walk?
Yeah, she's like fluttering around you, very excited.
All right, as she's fluttering around us, I kind of want to lead her to like, I guess like a corner, like in the middle of the camp. Is this like all trash that's like up and like stacked up high?
Basically, yeah. It's a bunch of scrap metal, trash.
I just want to lead her to like a place that I'm like hidden, and like walk with like who we have here.
Okay.
And like just like small talk, but I want to grab Lulu, if I can, grab her by the throat and like pin her against the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. I can freely do that.
I mean, yeah, sure.
All right, so I'm gonna grab Lulu, slam her against the wall. I'm gonna look at her and say, "So, we've done what you ask, and now we have the information we need. Now, you must take us through where we need to go, or else my blade will be the last thing you see."
All right. So, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw real quick.
Oh boy. Natural 20. So that is a 28.
All right. So, as you grab this poor, unassuming Hollyphant by the neck and you're yelling at her, she lets out a loud trumpet, like from her trumpet, and it makes you fly back, and you take half of 13 thunder damage, and you are, let's see here, you are not deafened. Here, that next part doesn't matter too much. And then she flutters over to you, and she says,
Wait, I still get knocked back even on a save?
I believe so, yes. You just don't take as much damage. Let me double check. Yeah, you're just not deafened.
Alright. So I guess I get knocked back into the pile of fucking trash, but I don't break my eye contact. I've got some angry eyes on her.
Yeah, so everyone hears like a loud blasting trumpet, and she floats back over to you, and she's like, I don't appreciate that. I'm here to help. The only way we can get out of this place is if we get the Sword of Zariel. And to be honest, now that you've tested my patience, I'll just come out with it. We probably have to fight Zariel herself. And I don't know if you're up for it. Your party seems to be in great disarray, and you can't even keep it together to get through some dreams. Now, I will be over there when you're ready to leave. We must go to Harriman Hill next. And she floats off.
Wait, we were all like there, right? It wasn't just Void.
Yeah, I led you guys there with me.
Okay.
And small talk and stuff like that.
So
I can get up.
Looks like our little trumpety flying friend has quite the attitude.
Homa is gonna look around and remember that Joel has gone, and gonna try to reach him through the tattoo, as well as kind of start walking to find him.
Yeah, you get no response from Joel. Joel's just like, fuck you guys. Nobody wants to fucking listen to Joel when he's like, hey, we're supposed to be evil, let's be evil. So Joel is just walking around outside the camp doing his thing.
Alright, so it's good she's got some spunk. At least she can do something. But fuck if I'm never gonna be trapped here forever.
Yeah, when you went through that whole thing, you realize that she's like not as frail and worried as she was before. Like the dream sequence really worked, and it helped her get back a lot of her memories and with it, her spellcasting abilities.
Okay. I guess since I can't reach Jill, I'll go talk to the elephant again.
Okay, yeah, she floated off into a corner, and she's kind of like trying to give you the silent treatment for the moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her a different approach this time. I'm gonna try to persuade her that I'm not, I'm on her side. I'm just stressed, and I need to find out what's going on.
Okay, what do you do that? What do you say?
So I'm gonna say to her, listen, there's a lot of politics, I'm assuming, in this world, and there's a lot of things we don't know, and I need you personally, and I really would like to know more about the war and where we are. And I'm sorry for the way I treated you earlier, but I'm on your side.
It's okay. I understand this place is terrible to everybody. It gets in your mind. Everyone here is awful, but I promise you the only place you can trust, probably the only place, is this fort right here. You guys need to be ready for when we leave. Everything else out there is much worse than in here, and I want to get home just as much as you do, but unless you have another plan, I think we all need each other.
Well, who do we need to kill?
Her name is Sariel. Either she still has her sword, or maybe she doesn't, but I know where to look.
Do you know where to find her?
Her, personally? No. She's the one who did this to me, I believe.
Do you know a general direction?
Well, I know where to find the sword, and we need the sword. I don't know where Zariel is. She could be with the sword.
And why do we need the sword?
It's the only way to save El Terrell and get us out of this place. It's very, very powerful sword.
Alright. Where to?
Harriman Hill. Whenever you guys are ready, we should maybe rest up here for the night. We might not ever get a place to rest again.
I'm already like sitting down, eating some of the bread that I had stacked in the rations, and just kind of like, I guess, like a clothing off my wounds. I still have some dried blood from when I fell 100 feet.
Yeah, so any of the rations or tangible things that you guys had when you landed here spoiled. Water evaporated, the food went bad, but the new rations that Maggie gave you, they've been prepared and wrapped to keep safe for as long as possible here in Avernus, which is still not very long, but it'll help you for now. So everything's still going on about the fort. And that'll be the end of today's session, actually.